Our journey into the world, the study of ethics has come to an end. And there is a lot of takeaway. The first thing is that you can replay the video to get a good understanding. And any concept that you don't understand, look it up. Internet Encyclopedia Philosophy or the Stanford Encyclopedia of Philosophy. Those are my go-to sites. In addition, I like to put all the pieces together and say this. Ethics, if you look at it deep enough, right? It's something you learn first from your parents because they're stakeholders. They would like you to be ethical and moral in their house. Okay. And then when you go out to meet friends, families, working everywhere, people want it demand. And you yourself demand of others that they be ethical. It's a learned behavior. And when you look at the philosopher's work, they're deeper and deeper. The idea is that the more you learn about the intricacies, you can't just learn them through life. If you just learn through life, you're going to go, you'll be moving very, very slowly. When you study the work of the philosophers, you get deep and you question and you challenge, you will create a phenomenal amount of knowledge. You may not have the experience, but you will have knowledge. And what knowledge does to you is what it does. Like when you get a degree, when you get that degree, guess what happens? You go into the workplace, you're familiar enough not to cause disasters and gradually use your experience and your knowledge to do a great job. Knowledge of morality is the same. When you empower yourself with knowledge, not just reading a book, but going to that reflection back and forth, trying to solve the problem, try to understand it. When you acquire genuine knowledge of it, it's empowering, just like getting a degree in engineering. Knowledge of morality allows you to be more moral in the world. But to fully understand it, you must be able to see it from both sides. I highly recommend using movies as the area of study. Look at the movies. Ask yourself, is that scene there? Are they creating a utilitarian principle here? Is it really ethical egoism? Or like in John Wick, they use a lot of categorical imperative, Immanuel Kant's theory. I use the movies to apply these theories and see them in detail. Otherwise, you just look at the book. Now, I come from that world. I'm a professor of philosophy, so I know that part. But when I can go in my day-to-day life and look at a movie and see it from different sides, those concepts are no longer just in the book. They are living. I see Kantianism every day. I see Humeanism every day. I see Mill theory, utilitarianism every day. I don't have to go far to understand Socrates' influence on society nowadays. Because when I apply these theories to understand the world around me, the theory becomes alive. So I would say you do the same in the continuation of your studies. Understand what's presented here. I summarize all the big ideas for you. Now I go deeper. Maybe read Aristotle, Communication Ethics. And if you have the courage, you can read Kant's book on ethics. So you can get a little deeper by reading the scholarly interpretation, you get a deeper understanding. But in the end of the day, once you understand the principle, apply it to something like that. Movies, case scenarios. A lot of people do a lot of case scenarios nowadays. So it's not just about the philosopher doing it anymore. It's like the Gedunken experience, thought experiments are part of the world nowadays. So learning philosophy is much easier, I believe. So the biggest takeaway is that you develop vocabulary, then you apply the theories until they become your own. Anything else? One cautionary note. Don't apply the theories immediately to people in your life, your brother, your sister, your parent. Do not do that, because at the beginning, until you learn to be detached, understand the last thing I talked about in that application. If you don't have all knowledge in front of you, you know what's going on completely. You got to approach every situation with caution, with silence, and try to understand the situation before you pass judgment, even before you make a decision what you're going to do next. This is a cautionary approach to ethics, because ethics is saying that you have to have self-governance. That'd be the third and last point. It's about you guiding yourself, you empowering yourself with the tool to do what you think is the right thing to do. Not what your parents say, not what your best friend say, but what you think is the right thing to do, which means you listen to what they say, and then you logically sift through the machinery, and the philosophy gives you many tools to do that with, and then you decide what to do. That's what ethics is about. It's about self-governance. And so therefore, it requires you to empower yourself with knowledge, empower yourself with experience. I really think the movies really is empowering, all right? So with that, I'll say so long, and I'll see you